I deserve water security.
I deserve water security too.
Yo merezco seguridad de agua.
أنا أستحق مياه نظيفة.
我值得干净的水。Equestrian inwe imiridia chat.
I deserve water security. I deserve water security.
Hello, Diamond Challenge. My name's Allison Payne.
And my name is Prisha Roy. We all deserve access to clean water.
Throughout history, there's been an imperialistic force that has restricted widespread distribution due to concerns of shortage. Existing desalination technologies are
Expensive
energy intensive
and fail to combine disinfection and desalination into a single bipartite unit. So we designed one.
DAWID, a desalination apparatus and waterborne odor detector.
The way DAWID works is simple.
To put it simply, a steel stove pipe burns with a carbon wick flame or an alternative heat source, heating the water until boiling. The water travels through copper tubing powered by a 12-volt water pump and through an air-cooled tube. When the fill-setting valve is turned to fill, the filtration system's 3D printed nanofiber system drains the water, ridding it of any excess salt water or bacteria, using the 12-volt pump as a source of pressure that will push the water through the nanofiber straws.
DAWID's unique value proposition, namely the DOS initiative, desalination, accessibility, and sanitation, will revolutionize the market for good.
The desalination through the copper coils is a novel concept for large machines such as DAWID, increasing the efficiency.
The bipartite nature of DAWID allows for increased accessibility, allowing for disassembly into sanitation and desalination parts to be used separately based on consumer need.
Lastly, lifestyle-style technology creates familiarity with the target audience of those who seek clean water.
The market size for DAWID is projected to reach $524.3 billion by 2033, with a compound annual growth rate of 5.78%.
DAWID production will be able to successfully produce 1,600 units in the first full year if properly funded.
The total revenue for the first year will amount to $1,014,368. The total cost, on the other hand, will amount to $882,064. This will create a gross profit of $132,304 for the first full year.
First edition DAWIDs will be shipped to areas and regions in need. For example, hiking areas, drought-prone towns, and nature trails.
We can sell at a 13% profit margin, making each unit cost $633.98 to purchase with an estimated lifespan of 30 years.
This 6-watt solar panel is connected to this motor, which powers this wheel. We use this to test the efficiency of the solar panel over time by testing the speed of the solar car in rotations per minute.
This is a siphon tube, and this capsule will siphon up water. We're using this to test if different shapes of copper tubing will leave behind excess residue.
We tested water drainage by using the siphon pump to test if the water was able to travel through a coiled tip.
We optimized water flow by measuring different diameters of coils to determine which allowed for the fastest water flow with the least amount of residual water.
Then we conducted a cleaning assessment by flushing the tube with regular water to determine how much water would be required to clean the copper tube.
We also had the opportunity to meet with PhD Oregon State Research Associate Dr. Sharma to discuss how efficient the atomizer desalination system was over time. However, we discovered that this method of desalination was very costly. This shaped their decision to create a small system using copper coils rather than a larger one that required an annulus plate and industrial desalination spray. Lastly, our heat salinity test results before and after a desalination process confirmed that the DAWID system successfully desalinated our test salt water. We tested gravitational optics by feeding water through a microfiber mesh on a straw meant to resemble DAWID's filtration system. We anticipate building and testing an initial complete prototype within the first 3 months, assembling a fully working DAWID unit by the 3rd month latest.
Between the 3rd and 5th months, we plan to optimize for cost and efficiency, identifying bulk suppliers to reduce component costs, simplifying tubing and casing design, and improving energy efficiency of the pumps and solar panels.
Following that, the next 4 months will be used to produce 3 to 5 refined units, with conducted controlled demonstrations being performed with local organizations like M Solutions, who have already agreed to work with us during the engineering process.
Months 9 through 12 will be used to apply for grants and nonprofit partnerships, as well as preparing manufacturing guides and safety manuals for the product.
By the end of the first year of development, we plan to have a functional prototype validated through repeated trials.
Competitor analysis suggests market favorability toward the DAWID brand for 2 reasons.
1, it's portable due to its detachability.
And 2, it's remarkably cheaper than most commercially available desalination devices, which use reverse osmosis methods that cost upwards of $15,031.95.
Now it's time to talk about our path to success. To reiterate, our mission is to provide water security to communities in need.
Our final goal is to establish DAWID locally in the Wissahickon Valley hiking trails with the final goal of distribution into marginalized communities.
Our target audience includes children, the elderly, and adults residing in environments prohibiting access to safe water.
Acquisition of local nonprofits is a key step towards establishing the DAWID brand.
Out of the $132,304 of gross profit projections, we will allocate $5,400 to increase liquidity for the 2nd year of growth with capital resource security.
Finally, to keep track of all these projections, we will use an Excel framework for tracking results, providing a record of past actions to analyze for areas of improvement.
In the end, I deserve clean water!